Hi everyone, it's Graham here from the Small Motorhome Forum and website, and we're doing another video review for you today. And this one's, I don't know whether you've seen my other video of an internet radio by Ocean Digital. Well, this one is very similar. It's Ocean Digital, it's internet radio, but this one you can actually get DAB radio stations and also FM radio stations, so it's got an aerial, so you can pick up those stations as well. So it's not just internet radio, it's DAB and FM stations as well. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to having a look at this. It's the model number is WR238CD. It's got built-in Wi-Fi connection, as you can see. It supports Bluetooth for music streaming, so in other words you can play your music from your iPod or your iPhone or your MPV player, as long as it's Bluetooth connectable. You can connect to that and use the radio as a speaker, more or less, and it gives some good sound as well, which you'll see later on. You can access 26,000 plus radio stations worldwide for free. So you know, if you can't find something on there to interest you with sort of 26,000 radio stations from around the world, then you know, you're struggling really, aren't you? So yeah, 26,000, that's brilliant. And 2.4-inch TFT colour display, and as I say, the sound performance is pretty good. So we're going to have a look at that. So this is a box anyway. You have to use electricity with it. It's not battery operated. It's got a remote control, a nice user manual, which we'll have a look at in a minute. So that's what's inside the box. And yeah, what else does it say on here? It's internet radio with DAB, internet DAB, FM and UPnP player. Supports wireless connection, supports Bluetooth music streaming, rotary volume control. It's a clock and also an alarm function, so you can use it as a bedside radio if you want to. It's got sockets for earphone and auxiliary out socket as well, a line out socket. Yeah, so there we are, AC adapter, remote control included. So we'll get the box open, we'll set it up, and we'll have a look what it offers. So first of all, what have we got inside the box? Well, we've got the radio itself. Now, as you can see, it's quite a compact little thing. It's well made, nice and sturdy. It's got a big speaker on there, all the controls there, which we'll go through in a minute. Some nice rubber feet there, so that it doesn't slide about on your desktop or wherever you're on your shelf or wherever you're putting it. It's got an aerial at the back there, as you see. That's an extendable aerial. That will extend so that you can get your FM radio stations and your DAB radio stations, on-off switch, headphone, line out and auxiliary in. So there we are, that's the unit itself. It comes with, as I say, oops, knocking the camera about, it comes with a remote control. Now I find the remote control pretty handy actually. I use that a lot for setting it up, which we'll have a look at in a minute. Comes with a user guide. I recommend you have a read through the user guide. There's a lot of information in there. There's lots you can do with this piece of kit, and there's lots to learn. We'll go through briefly some of the things, but you'll love exploring this for what you can do with it. It's pretty good, really. So that's a comprehensive user manual, and we've also got the electric plug there. So you will need electricity to plug it in, and that goes into the back of a radio, and obviously you plug that into your electrical outlet. And lastly, quick start guide, so you can get it up and running quickly. Tells you how to do that. So we'll do that now. We'll have a look at it, get it set up, and see what's what. So we'll switch the unit on. There's an on-off switch on the back there, and you get the welcome sign. There you are. The first thing it'll do when you switch on is it'll want you to connect to your wireless internet. So it brings up a list, as you can see, of different wireless internets there in your area. So once you select your particular router number, which is that one there for me, and then you enter the password, which you can either do on the keyboard here by clicking the different numbers. You've got A, B, C, D, you turn that and it goes to the different letters or numbers, or you can also do it on your remote control. So A, B, C there, D, E, F. So if you go to that, it will go through, it will scroll through the different things on that particular button. So it's got numbers, the number, and cap ABC and lowercase ABC. So in that way you can set up quite a long password on there. So that's the first thing you have to do. It's a little bit laborious, but once you've done that you don't have to do it again, because it will automatically remember that and it will connect to your particular wireless router. So that's not a problem really, just a little bit. You just have to take your time, put in the password in, particularly if it's a long password with a lot of letters and a lot of numbers. You just have to take your time, put that in, and then it will remember it. When you've set up the internet connection, then the fun starts really, because you can go into the home section of the radio and you can scan through the various things that you can do. So we've got, that's if you want internet radio, that's a media centre, FM radio, DAB radio, information centre, auxiliary if you want to put your earphones in, Bluetooth if you want to connect to Bluetooth, configuration, local radio, etc. So we'll go into configuration just to give you an idea of some of the things that you can get. That's your network configuration, which we've already looked at. You can set the time display to either analog or digital. So if I switch it off now, you'll see that I'm on analog. So that's the state it will be in when the radio is switched off. So it gives you an analog clock, or you can have a digital clock. I've also set the weather up there for my local area, as you can see. So that's quite a handy thing as well. I mean, who'd have thought that a radio can give you the weather forecast? Well, amazing really, isn't it? Anyway, so that's that. What else have we got in there? Manage my media. That's if you want to set it up to a plug and play system, whereby you can do all sorts of things by connecting it to your PC or your computer, and play your favourite playlists and that sort of thing. That's the network, which we've already done. Take date and time. You can set the date and time to various formats, daylight saving, etc, etc. You can have an alarm. There's a dual alarm, so you've got two alarms which you can turn on or turn off, and also a nap alarm. You can set the alarm volume as well, and it will allow you to snooze as well. So you can use this for a bedside radio if you want to, which is quite handy. You can wake up to some nice soothing music, or an alarm beep or something like that. It gives you various options for the alarm. I find that the music, waking up to your favourite radio station is brilliant, because the volume starts off really sort of low, and it gradually builds up, so it gives you that time to sort of wake up. It doesn't wake you up with a start. If it's a loud record, it doesn't come blasting on. It wakes you up really slowly, and the volume gradually increases to the volume which you've set it at the night before. So yeah, that's I find that really good. I use mine for a bedside radio. And the beauty of it is, if you unplug it and take it out into the living room or into the kitchen or whatever, it remembers all your settings and everything. You don't have to set it all up again once you unplug it and plug it back in again. So it remembers everything, so you don't have to go through all the setup again, which is brilliant, obviously. It's got a timer on there, so if you want a timer you can do that. Language, obviously, depending on where you are in the world. I've got mine set to English because I'm in the UK and I speak English, so that will give you the different languages on the radio. Dimmer, you can dim if you want to use it as a bedside radio or alarm clock. You can turn on the dimmer so that you can dim the panel there, so it's not too bright for you at night. The display, various colour or monochrome there for you. Power management, that's self-explanatory. Sleep timer, so you can set it up if you go to bed and you fancy some music for 60 minutes but you're worried about going to sleep. You can set it up for 15, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes, and it will play your music and then switch off. So if you go to sleep, it will switch itself off. That's the buffer settings, so you can have it at 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 8 seconds, etc. That's the weather thing which I showed you earlier on. You can set it up to give you the weather in your particular area. That's the FM setup, local radio setup, playback setup, device. You can name it or whatever, rename your device. That's the equalizer. Lots of things you can do there, software update. You'll have fun looking at lots and lots of things that you can do with this radio. So that's the configuration. The local radio will set it up to play whatever you. We're in the United Kingdom at the minute, so that's all the radio stations for the United Kingdom. So we'll say you fancy a bit of alternative music in your particular area, United Kingdom. So you click on that and it will give you a list of radio stations with alternative music, as you can see it scrolling through there. So we'll say, oh, Crush Radio, that sounds good. Click on that. It takes a couple of seconds to connect. And we'll turn the volume up. So that's your Crush Radio in the UK. As you see, the sound, as you can hear, the sound's really quite good for such a sort of compact little unit. What else have we got? Local radio, internet radio. Now these are all the internet radio stations. You can set your favourites, as you see, so we've got your favourites set there. You can go to local radio, or you can go to the history of what you've played recently. So if I have a look at my history, I can see that I've played Crush Radio, BBC Radio Nottingham, 24/7's Best of the 60s, 24/7 Legends Classic Rock. So that's all the radio stations that I've been listening to recently. So that's a handy little thing to have, a history of what you've been listening to, so you can quickly go back to it. You can also have presets on this as well. So you can have 250 radio presets. So if you've got 250 favourite radio stations, you can set them all up. And preset which one you want. We were on internet radio, weren't we? So we'll look at this. So you've got a global top 20. You can search by that, or you can search by genre, or search by country and location, or highlight. So we'll say the global top 20. We'll click on that, and there's the global top 20 of radio stations from around the world. Radio Paloma, Radio U1 Tyrol, Antennae Bayern. So lots and lots of different options there, and so it goes on. If you'd fancy a sort of genre of music, you fancy some blues music, we'll say. So you click on the blues, and that will give you blues from different countries. So I'll say, right, I fancy some blues from the UK. So we've got Kiss Fresh, Legacy, Radio Such, Solar Radio. So let's try Solar Radio. And there's a bit of blues from Solar Radio. So as you can see, the combinations are infinite, really, of what you can do with this radio, especially when you get onto the internet side of it. There's lots and lots. Local radio, it will show you all your local radios. So if you want United Kingdom DAB radio stations, you click on that. Top 20, top 10 United Kingdom. So it works out what's your local area. Obviously for me it's United Kingdom. So on the local radio it will pick out all the different local radio stations that you've got. So Christian, classical, college, comedy, community, country, dance, easy listening, electronica, folk, hip hop. Look at all the things that you can do, and each one of those has another menu with all the different radio stations that you can get that particular genre of music. So as I say, infinite really, infinite number of things that you can do with this. So what else have we got? That's the internet radio, that's the media centre. I've not gone on a lot into that, but it will tell you in the instruction manual exactly what you can do on the media station. You can set up this universal plug and play thing on your computer and play your own playlist of music and things like that. But if you have a look at the manual, it will tell you all about that. Right, where were we? Media Centre, FM. So if you want FM stations, you'll need the antennae extended. So you click on FM, and then you'll get the various, you can scroll through the various FM stations that there are.
Violation of your personal space. Dominoes.
Obviously the reception might not be brilliant depending on your position, where you are.
And stay with me. My thanks to Alex Wall for coming in. Lots of you enjoying that, including New Year's Day, May Day, May night, whenever.
So you can scan through the different FM radio stations, which is quite good.
Thomas Cook. Don't just book it, Thomas Cook it.
And the same with DAB. It will do the same thing there, but with DAB, obviously it will show you the various radio stations and what they're called. So if we go to DAB, Talk Sport for instance, so that's connecting to Talk Sport now.
Sport with BetSafe. In it to win it. Your one-stop weekend listening shop for pre-match punditry, form and big game anticipation across the sporting nation.
So it's got a list of the different stations that you've got there. Magic. Listen to a bit of Magic.
Vegas BB8.
And Absolute Radio.
Used vans across the UK, all with 6 months warranty.
They all seem to have adverts on at the moment. Heart 80s. I think you'll agree that's pretty good sound.
This is Heart 80s from Global.
Now, non-stop 80s feel good.
So there we are. That's the DAB side of things. And if we go back to home, I'm doing all this on the remote control, but you can do it, everything you can do on the actual controls of a radio as well. We've got an information centre there, weather information, it'll even give you financial information, look, and system information. That's if you want to listen to your with headphones, and that's your Bluetooth, so you can set up Bluetooth and it will pair to your Bluetooth device so that you can play your music through this. It will act as a speaker, and again it's a good sound. It will act as a speaker if you want to play your music through your Bluetooth device, which could be an iPod, an iPad, or a iPhone, or a MP3 player or something like that. As long as it's got Bluetooth, you'll be able to connect to this, and it's quite easy as well. It's quite easy to connect to it. So that's that. I think I've just about shown you everything now. As I say, there's lots and lots that you can do with it. Yeah, we're back to configuration there. So yeah, lots and lots that you can do with it, and I'm really quite pleased with this, because it's got you know, you can listen to almost any radio station in the world, which is fantastic. We go away a lot in our motorhome, and we like to listen when we're away. We like to listen to what's going off back at home. So if we've got a Wi-Fi signal, we can listen to our local radio station, which is obviously quite handy. We can listen to local news and see what's been going off in our local area while we're away on holiday, etc. So yeah, there we are. So it's the Ocean Digital Internet Radio with DAB, and the number is WR238CD, and I think you'll like that. I'll put a link on where you can buy it from on the bottom of this video, and hopefully if you fancy it, you can click on that link, have a look at it, see how much it is. The cost will vary depending on where you're buying it from, so have a search around, see if you can get it cheaper, and hope you enjoy it. Okay, that's all for now, and thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope this has been of some help to you. If you've got any questions that I can answer, please ask questions in the comments below, or the guys at Ocean Digital are, if you've got any really technical questions, the guys at Ocean Digital are really good, so if you want to talk to them, you can ask them questions, and they will answer any queries that you've got as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers for now.